We're back.
Time of death. 12:01.
Hey, guys.
Monday, September 22nd. A day which will live in infamy.
It's Beyond the Diamond Podcast.
It's Beyond the Diamond Podcast. It is...
Chat is already popping off.
It is...
Where were you this weekend, Des?
I mean, hand up. It's on me. I didn't go to any 3 games. I thought this team was good enough. I thought this team could do it without me.
He admitted it.
And Batman took a weekend off to Gotham, and the Joker won. And now I'm in that deep pit, and I can't get out.
21 gun salute on stream.
It sucks. It sucks. You got punched in the mouth. You got you gifted a 2 seed. You gifted a 2 seed to the Mariners, who have a prime spot to win the World Series now. You got embarrassed at home. You got shellacked at home. You got outplayed in every single facet of the game at home. And it feels like no one cares. It feels like this is a mid-August sweep and not September 22nd. And the only thing you could do left is fucking win, because they still control their own destiny. You have 6 games this week. You have to go 4-2 to get in, I believe. I have the whiteboard.
Yeah, we'll get into the whiteboard.
We'll get into the math. I think 4-2 gets you into the dance.
Freezing Jose says, just went away. The sooner we say it's over, the faster we will say we're so back.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's over. It's Jover.
It's just tough. It's one of those things where I'm probably the biggest optimist at Apollo, I would say. And even I'm like, I think it's over. But this is a team that's like, they get into the dance, they can get hot, anything can happen.
Yeah.
What's frustrating right now is that, like, even if you make it, who is starting game 2? Because...
Well, the shoe finally dropped.
Yeah.
And that's not fair to Jason Alexander.
The Linsanity run finally ended.
The summer of Jason ended last night. Wasn't his fault. I mean, he's carried you to the point where, you had an opportunity on Sunday Night Baseball to win. Actually, you probably should have won one of the other ones before that when you set the rotation for Hunter and Framber. Friday night was just honestly a pitcher's duel between Hunter Brown and Brian Wu. You tip your cap, whatever the results were. Saturday, Framber Valdez did not give you a good start. He did not give you an opportunity to win that ball game. Your offense, not offense, Jeremy Pena fought back and made that a game. The story of the game, though, was runners on the corners, no outs before the grand slam, not getting anyone in. Grand slam happens. Next thing you know, the 8th inning, you're threatening, no runs in. 9th inning, you're threatening, no runs in. On top of...
It was still... You're pitching out after Jason Alexander. AJ Blueball is just the truth, apparently.
I'm starting AJ Blueball game 2.
I would, too. I mean, at this point. But at that game...
I don't even talk about game 2.
That ended... I'm talking about game 3. It ended 7-3.
Yeah,
you had plenty of opportunities to get back into that game. They chipped away, but not clearly enough. But there were opportunities where you had runners on, you could have made it 7-3, 7-4, 7-5, and then give yourself a chance at the end. It just felt like as soon as that grand slam was hit, they were resigned to it's over. Yeah. Even Correa on the Sunday Night Baseball interview, I was expecting him to say something like, it's early, a lot of ball game left, we still have a chance here, or something like that. But no, he just kind of was resigned to he said something like, yeah, it's not great right now, but I'm a professional. I'll give you my word. I would do this interview. Yeah. And I was waiting for the Correa to give us something of it's still early.
It goes back to this, and it's hard to it's hard to do a post-mortem on the Astros team as the season still is on. They still control their own destiny. You have these crazy rash of injuries if you were on the Oregon Trail. I mean, just this week you lost Ordon and you lost Jeremy Pena. You have all this stuff go wrong, and yet you had an opportunity at home. And honestly, you just need to get one because the whiteboard give us and the whiteboard take us away. And it's not fun looking at this right now because you don't have a lot of outs. The only outs you do have is probably going 4-2 or 5-1 or 6-0. I don't think me or you or anyone watching or going to watch has any faith of them going 4-2. It very much feels like 3-3, and you lost on a tiebreaker, and we're sitting here saying, "How the hell did we let this happen?"
Honestly, just get swept by the A's so I can just give up on the season already. You know what I mean? Like, don't give me hope. Don't bring it down to the last day. You know,
I did not.
I was supposed to start on the playoff hype video today.
Today you were, yeah, and we said to wait till after the Mariners series.
Now what am I going to do?
Answering Joseph's question, I did not go to any of the games. I did not go to Friday night. I did not go to Saturday night, and I did not go to Sunday night.
We found the culprit.
Hand up on me. I was going to go yesterday for my dad's birthday. Things popped up, so we didn't go. And then when I was thinking about going, then there was 7 runs in the first 30 seconds. So did not make it down to Minute Maid, Daikin, whatever it's called these days. Probably saved me a good long drive to and from.
Yeah.
But I this is where I'm at. When you look at the games this weekend, you played a team that kind of showed that they can beat you in so many ways when you can only win in one way. Friday night, I know it says 4-0. It was a pitcher's duel, but they got a guy over. They got a guy in. They generated runs.
Well, Friday night was all solos.
Yeah.
Hunter off Hunter and the other
Hunter,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah, they hit all solo home runs.
You have the kind of death by 1,000 cuts with the solo home run. Saturday, they generated runs off Framber Valdez. The get him over, get him in, the steal a bag, the walk to steal. And even in that, you only relied on a grand slam as your offense for the Astros.
Man, when he hit that, I was like, it was just like a little too late.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm getting to. That's the story
I was
of
so
the
hyped,
year. It's
but
a
I
little
was
too
also
late.
like not. I was like, I should feel something a lot more right now. But I'm like, that 2 runs after that felt like impossible.
Yeah, and then Sunday they went big inning on you. They went big inning and won a game. So in 3 games where you had to at least win one. Obviously, you wanted to win the series to control your destiny, get the 2 seed. You just gift drafted the 2 seed to Seattle. In 3 games, they won 3 different ways, and you proved you can only score runs in one way. And that's the difference between the 2 teams right now sitting in September. And we sat here in December, and we said this team lacks slug. This team lacks slug. This team lacks slug. And what do? You go the complete opposite way. We're going to build a team on run differential. We're going to build a team on bullpen. We're going to build our team on run prevention, and we're going to win it our way. Well, your way has you on the outside looking in the playoffs. Your way has you looking to miss the playoffs for the first time in the golden age. Your way has the first ticket out of Houston because heads are going to roll. And that's the reality. That's the reality. But when you go all in to play defense and when you go all in to find ways to prevent runs, you can't sit there and be like, well, woe is me when it goes wrong. Woe is me when you give the guys extra outs. Woe is me when they're swiping bags on you. Woe is me when run prevention is actually 6 runs. You made your bed.
I'm just like not even. It's like I feel nothing. I don't even have the anger at them for losing. I don't necessarily even have a sadness. I just have a resigned to what is, and it is not good. What it is not good. Do you want to get into whiteboard time?
Yeah, let's catch on comments first.
Okay. Catch up on comments. Gabe, you want to man the camera?
It feels different, and look by this time Wednesday, and they win Tuesday night, and also just Murphy's law of clusterfuck is that we all have to stay up till 9 p.m. to see the first pitch. Like it's now we're sweating games on the West Coast. Now we're sweating games on the West Coast. So that's going to be fun. Have a feeling Zed will not be dead today. Yep. The math is going to be mathing. We're about to get into that. Zed. At least we have the Rockets soon. Check Summit State of Mind. The Astros fan appreciation post suggests they have given up the season. Weird. That was such a weird tweet.
Which one?
They did a fan appreciation post from the main account because it was the last home series of the year.
Oh.
Just up and down.
No wherewithal around.
Zero wherewithal. We used to be gods. And now we're just. Never mind.
Somebody said even if they do make it, do they have enough to win in October? And sitting here, I don't think so.
This team's so
unless
Jekyll and Hyde.
Framber again.
Okay, hold on. We sat here on this pod and we said, "Hey, Framber Valdez." Actually, it was Breathing Orange Fire who wrote a great article that we posted. We've talked about it. He's missing arm side. Framber Valdez is missing arm side. Framber Valdez is missing arm side. First inning, he moves to the other side of the mound. And believe it or not, his arm side misses were now inner third strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Second inning, let's move back to the center of the mound.
Is that what he did?
He wasn't where he was.
Okay, because I didn't see.
Arm side miss over the plate.
Yeah.
Arm side miss over the plate. Arm side miss over the plate. We said it on this pod. When Framber Valdez is missing arm side, I can look to the outer 2/3. You have to earn that inner third to beat my ass. What does Seattle do? Okay, you threw an inside strike. Fine. Do it again. Oh, you can't? Okay. Barrel. Stolen base. Barrel. We shouldn't be sitting here on a freaking podcast knowing what the freaking problem is. Are you kidding me?
That's a great question from Man of Doom. Will we even give Framber the qualifying offer at this point?
I think honestly, I think Framber's agent is going to be like, take it.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, do you give him that? Because then if he takes it, then you're sitting with this for another year.
Yeah. Jamal said too many injuries to key players as well as continuing lack of offensive equals 25, being the first season end with no playoff runs is 16, 100%. It did feel like Correa kind of knew they were fucked. I don't know if they're fucked over this week, but they were definitely fucked in that moment.
Which is crazy because it was the third inning. It's like, I know it's 7 runs, but that's...
Mantis, we had the whiteboard. Yeah, I think you have to go 4-2. 4-2 and you're in the dance. How much did Framber's debacle mess with the team chemistry? So there's only bad vibes right now. I mean, we'll never know, but it definitely is a red flag. It's definitely where you could circle it. Tigers have a game against Guardians and Red Sox. Someone has to lose. It only matters if the Astros actually win. Yeah, we have it all written out. I'm going to be able to watch so many movies this October. Yeah, we're all getting a, what was it during COVID we got that little surplus, what was it called?
Oh, stimulus check?
Yeah, we're all getting an Astro stimulus check. Hang in there, Astro fans. Go spend more money on the team score or the team store. Go buy a $50 beer. Fucking unbelievable.
It was a sad 3 days at the ballpark. Yep. I'm sure it was, June.
No new injuries. Okay, I'm going through the comments.
Hunter gave us a chance Friday. No run support again. Yep. all season a little too late, leaving way too many runners on base. Yep. Get to 2026 healthy, get the checkbook for pitching. Don't know how to solve the offense problem at first base. We'll get to that. Should be no talking on the flight to Sacramento.
It's just,
Like no talking at the lunch table. Are we upset more about injuries or lack of execution? Lack of execution.
yes, lack of I mean, the injury thing is just insane too. Like when you can,
Yeah.
like in the moment, this sucks, and we're talking about execution and everything. But when you zoom out, you're like, I mean, how is this team even in it with all this shit?
When you
but
zoom
that's
out,
not an
when
excuse.
you zoom out,
it's not
it's
an
like,
excuse.
yeah, if they didn't have all these injuries, they're probably at least 3 games better and is sitting in a way better position. But at the same time, they've had more than enough chances to execute.
When's the
to
last?
have a better record.
And it's not even. It's just. It's. I don't want to. All right. We're in a good spot. We're in a good spot in the sense of like I don't want to piss certain people off, but they actually may not be here next year to be pissed off at me. So I guess we can say things. What I'm upset about is when as a team, when the Astros have scored, like for instance yesterday, the big inning, right? 2 home runs in the same inning, 4 home runs Friday night, and then, Saturday's Seattle's offense of just generating runs. If that happened in one weekend for Houston, we would be like, oh my gosh, go get a lotto ticket. Why are the stars aligned? It's such an abnormal thing for this Houston Astros team that Seattle just made it look
Seattle's
easy.
been doing it for 2 weeks now.
They made it look routine.
They've been doing it all September. They've lost 1 series all September.
Yeah, they're good.
I know. But that's how this team. If you look at the 2 rosters, yes, Seattle's roster very good. Their lineup. If you look at their lineup compared to the Astros lineup, if you saw those 2 lineups before the season started, and you looked at those names, they'd be pretty comparable. You'd say both those offenses are probably doing pretty good. But one team is putting it together and executing, and the other, they're all falling apart. They're not hitting with runners in scoring position. They're not getting the guy over. They're not getting him in. It's just like it's hard to who do we frustrated at? Just the whole team, I guess.
Like it truly, if the Astros did what Seattle did this weekend in 3 games and won 3 different ways, everyone collectively would just be like, wow, go kiss your loved ones. The world's ending tomorrow, because it makes no sense. But they are like, we are prisoners of the moment. That should not be the norm. That should not be the norm. We should not be sitting here thanking everyone, like thanking our ancestors that the Astros won 3 different ways of baseball.
Yeah.
Like, once again, you built this team this way, and it's showing that it's great in periods of 162. But can that win in September? Can that win in October? It's showing it can't. And I know injuries. I know it's different that Yordan Alvarez is in the lineup and Jaron Pena's not in the lineup. That's 50 million war. But shit happens. Shit happens. It's when you look at their team across, and you already know their pitching was good, but 1 through 9, I mean, you're telling me J.P. Crawford was the reason why your season ended the way it did? You know what I mean?
Well, that's a huge difference with when a team is hot and gelling like Seattle is. J.P. Crawford can come through in a situation that Christian Walker, Jesus Sanchez, Yainer Diaz, like names that are on par, if not better than J.P. Crawford, usually better than J.P. Crawford stat-wise, they are not executing. But these other teams, Victor Robles is coming through. J.P. Crawford, these guys.
He's Andrew Benintendi, I guess.
Yeah. It's just frustrating because, yes, injuries, but the roster is there. I still applaud Dana for how he put this roster together. If you don't have all these injuries, he might win GM of the year. This is a great roster. But I mean, we wanted him to get one more pitcher at the deadline. You're seeing why, but the roster's there. I wouldn't necessarily blame Espada. I mean, he's done a pretty good job. I think he's definitely not going to win Manager of the Year anymore. But the roster's there, the bullpen's there, the rotation's kind of there. They're just not executing.
It feels very factioned in the locker room. It feels very groupy. It feels very cliquey. Feels very not continuous, and I think attitude reflects leadership. But you have a week. You have a week to get it right. You have a week to change the narrative. Look, you go 4-2 or 5-1. Hell may freeze over. You go 6-0.
Let's get into it. We're at the half.
No one's gonna want to play this team, and we're all gonna be fucking razzed up and riled up and foaming at the mouth. But let's go to the whiteboard. I had to reset the whiteboard.
Let's get.
I had to take the.
Let's get into what can happen. Let's get in a little bit of positive right now on what could possibly happen.
There's no positive. The only positivity is winning. Winning. Dana Brown, you said let's be greedy. Let's go win a lot. This is your week. This is your tenure right here. Okay. So this week's going to be crazy. Essentially, I have Detroit +2 on the whiteboard because they're technically 1 up in the Central, but +2 on the Astros. Boston is +1. Cleveland and Houston are even. Even Steven, but they have the tiebreaker. Oh, who also has the tiebreaker? Boston has a tiebreaker. Detroit has a tiebreaker. So you do control your own destiny, but you have to win outright. So 4-2 gets you in, 3-3 gets you in a tiebreaker, and you're looking out. We're all sitting here wishing there was a one-game win, 163, and there's not. Saying all that, Detroit plays Cleveland and Boston. Boston plays Toronto, Detroit. Cleveland plays Detroit, Texas. Houston has the A's, formerly known as Prince, formerly known as the Oakland Athletics, and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Now, I don't know where the math says. I think in my mind, what are we doing with this close Zoom? What do we do? Like, this is not. This is not fucking AV Club. Jesus Christ, Gabe. Gabe, you're about to be. You're about to turn your iPad in.
Keep it right there.
Detroit has Gavin Williams, BB, and Messick. Cleveland is facing Scooble, Flaherty, TBD. Are we obsessed with the zoom in? Let's just have a flat camera and sit down. Just a flat, and sit down, and sit down. Just sit down. Just sit down. Boston has some like this is where positive Dez is coming. Okay. Gosman, Scherzer, Bieber, Boston faces. They're trying out Giolito, Crochet, Bello before the Detroit series. The Astros have like 3 outs. 3 outs. They're playing Detroit as the 6 seed, and Detroit's the 3 seed. The Astros somehow jump Boston, and they play New York. Or they play Cleveland as the 6 seed, and Cleveland's the 3 seed because they won the division. And that means you probably have to go 5-1 or 6-0 because of you're chasing 2 by Detroit right now, and they have the tiebreaker, so it's basically 2.5. I think the math says we're all Detroit fans. Like, you either need Detroit to go 1-5 or 5-1. Like, that's
who would you rather face? Ending scenario. In the end game, we go to some city to play.
I mean, yeah, you're going on the wild card. Just get in.
No, I obviously I'm just get in, but I think at all those teams,
I'll take Detroit.
Yeah. I'll take New York.
This is where I'm at with New York. Max Fried's pretty fucking good, and he kind of owns the Astros.
It's fair. It's fair. I wouldn't hate Detroit because if you're playing Detroit,
That offense is pretty good. I'd rather play Detroit, I think.
I don't know, but if you're playing
you get
Detroit that just went 5-1 and they got their mojo back, then I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you're playing a Detroit that like scraped across and is still struggling, and who knows what Scooble's like? He was a little. I think there's still something there because he only went 4 innings his last start, right? Like 4.
No, he went 5 and struck out 9, but he only went 5, so
I thought he gave up a couple runs or something. Yeah. Get in, get swept. I mean, that's kind of my thing. After all this, you could technically still finish better than you did last year.
You could finish, and miss the playoffs.
Well, yeah, that, and I just mean like you make it to a wild card. If you win 1 game in a wild card, that's a better season than last year because you got swept. So that's where it's like this is a very, very, very frustrating moment for Houston fans. But if you take a 30,000-foot view, if this team can make it to the wild card and find a way to perform, it can still be a better season than it was last year. And last year, it didn't feel great, but it felt like great up until that sweep, until you got swept.
Yeah.
Like you felt better about the regular season.
So
Because it was the opposite. Last year was you started bad and you finished good. This year was you started a little okay, had a great middle, and you're finishing bad. So it feels worse, but you could end up with the same amount of wins in the regular season, back in the wild card, potentially against Detroit, seeds out the window. That's the exact same matchup as last year.
yeah, up there.
And then, but it's up there this time. And you just got to find a way to win that.
Yeah. So also, if we're gonna stay positive, if the Astros go 4-2, 5-1, or 6-0 this week, because if you're 3-3, you're out. You're 3-3 unless you're done. Hey,
Yeah.
see you later, Cancun.
Honestly, I would hope so because I feel like getting rewarded for going 3-3
Feels
worse.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Feels disgusting. The devil's advocate. If you go 4-2 this week, is there murmurs of, do we really want to play those guys? To the Astros perspective? Because right now there's blood in the water. I think every team, I think New York, I think Detroit, I think Boston, I think Cleveland, all want to play Houston right now if the playoffs started today.
Absolutely. We're for sure the team on the block that every wild card team
wants to play.
Is like, I hope we get them.
But does that perspective change if they go 4-2 or 5-1?
I mean, there's a scenario where the Astros. I mean, we've said it 100,000 times since August. You kind of just need that click. There's a scenario where the Astros
2-1.
Go to Sacramento, wake the fuck up, go 6-0 on this run, and go in the playoffs extremely hot.
Okay,
That could happen.
if you win, if you go,
I doubt it.
if you go 5-1, if you somehow we win the lottery to go 5-1, you're 10-4 in your last 14 going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blimp of the sweep
The series
sucks.
you got swept was the most important series.
But
and
if you
that's
go
frustrating.
if you go 5-1, you're sitting at 10-4 going into October.
Yeah.
If you go 4-2, then you're 9-5 going on. That's still positive.
Well, I mean, back when we were sitting at
That's why you just need
at 12 games left,
one versus Seattle.
we were like 12 games left, need to go. We said 7-5. Right now they're at 3-3 in those 12 games.
That's why we're saying 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
4-2. That's such
Just
gross.
If they would have just
Gross.
taken
Just
one game
one.
in Seattle, then you're
One.
sitting where you still have a shot at the division. But 3 games plus the tiebreaker, you're essentially back 4 games. Division's over. There's just no way you win the division at this point.
And also, I think the other side up here too is yes, you're playing the A's, who have actually been playing really, really good baseball. It's fitting. It's very fitting that I said it feels like the A's are holding the keys to the West, and now they're actually holding the keys to if you're in the playoffs or not.
By the way, one of the best teams of the second half.
By the way, one of the best teams. By the way, you're in a juice box. By the way, the ball flies. By the way, all they do is mash. By the way, no game is literally over till all 27 outs are recorded because they can put runs up in bunches. If you navigate, if you could. Fuck.
My thing is, they're going to be high scoring games. So this is pitching out the window. We know our pitching situation. It's not great all around. You're probably going to need to score 8 runs a game in
Maybe
Sacramento.
more. Maybe more.
So that it all comes down to the offense. It all comes down to, can this offense do that? You have a Jeremy Pena that's got an oblique. You have a Jordan. Is he officially on the IL yet?
Yeah, he is. They retroacted him.
Okay.
Cade, we started the first 22 minutes being very, very negative. I know you just jumped in, so if you want to watch the real us, this is just the Whiteboard positivity segment brought to you by,
because it's not currently over, but it certainly feels that way.
You have to go 4-2. 3-3 gets you. Actually, I was
87 wins.
3-3 gets you sitting there hoping and wishing in one hand, and probably a tiebreaker in a disgusting way to not make
missing
the
the playoffs
by a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker is
the most. It's honestly right now the most fitting for this team and this.
It's just so crazy. That series was really
C-suite.
everything.
Yeah.
Did you look at it? I mean, the Mariners are sitting pretty set in the 2 seed, 87 wins, a good chance to finish the season with 90 to 91 wins. And then the opposite of that is you're sitting at 84 wins, and you're out of the wild card essentially right now because you're tied with Cleveland and they had a tiebreaker.
4-2. 4-2 is a standard. 1-0 actually. Let's go 1-0. Let's go 1-0 the next 6 games.
I'm with Patrick there. I'd rather go 6-0 than 3-3 and miss the playoffs by a tiebreaker. That's why I was like, if you're gonna miss, just get swept by Sacramento, lose the first game to the Angels, season's over. Everybody pack it up. We'll be back next year. It's Rockets time. But
I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna just host this show Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and just nothing.
We're gonna just.
I have no I'm telling you, this is the whole curtain back. I have no content plans prepared for October except this.
Nope.
So
we don't plan to not be there. So we'll figure it out as we go. Maybe we'll watch some old good Astros games in October.
No, you know what? We're gonna put me in a van. I'm gonna go scout the United States and the world, and we're gonna find some ball players. We're gonna find some pop. We're gonna find some slug.
Did you see MLB? You're actually not allowed to scout.
Yeah, I saw that.
In December or whatever. The Blue Jays last night, first team to clinch a playoff spot in the AL with 7 games left, 6 games left now. Finally, a team clinched in the AL, which is very frustrating because it's like the AL as a whole is weak as hell. Blue Jays just made it to 90 wins and clinched their playoff berth.
I think you saw
4 teams in the NL clinched.
I think you saw who's gonna represent the American League this weekend.
Yeah, I think
it
so.
wasn't us.
I think so.
It wasn't us.
And you know what?
Don't
Switzerland.
Ugh. You want to? Okay, Switzerland. Go ahead.
Switzerland. If the Mariners weren't in our division,
Call it.
tails.
Damn, you survived.
Oh shit! Whoa! What are you, Harvey Dent?
No, it was actually good pull. No country for old men.
Yeah. Switzerland take if the Mariners weren't in our division, or if they were like in the NL, and I'm just like a baseball fan. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool for them. Pretty cool for their fans. That, they miss the playoffs for like 20 straight years, then make it once, get swept.
About the bomb.
Have to wait 3 more years.
Actually, I don't think I could say that on YouTube. Sorry.
I don't
that
know
was a
what
joke.
he said, but that's my Switzerland take. Now, as an Astros fan, fuck them and their fans forever, and they should never make the playoffs ever again. But it's kind of cool. I don't know what I'm about to watch 6 nights a week. I always find a way to reinvent myself when the season's over. We all go through like a phase, it's like every offseason we each have like I've done something different. Every offseason I've learned something new, or we all find ourselves again in the offseason.
Once again, we sit here, we stress, we crash out, we spiral out, we have happiness, we have joy, we have crying moments. Starting from spring training, starting from pitchers and catchers reporting, and it's all down to 6 games. That feels disgusting.
It's gross.
It feels so disgusting. Because I'm saying, why? What for? Why?
Yeah. Makes you think about everything. Is like, does it mean anything?
Doesn't.
Are we all just meaningless blobs floating around the earth?
The universe is always expanding into infinite realities, and hopefully there's a reality out there of me that's up 10 games with no injuries. Cade with the super chat. What do you guys think the offseason looks like for the Astros if they miss the playoffs entirely? Clean house. Clean house. Clean house.
Really?
Clean house. Trade Christian Walker. Clean house. Go acquire Slug.
Who is Slug, though? Feels like offense is down all over the place.
I mean, you can't even go get a Schwarber because you're DH paralysis by analysis with 2 guys. Like, you have to. I don't know because the team what you're seeing is a team that you're going to get.
There's a first baseman in the KBO that kind of rakes.
I wouldn't put that on Austin. I wouldn't. Just stay over there, keep making millions, Bubba.
Oh man.
Brandon, I mean, they do look burnt out. They do. Again, this is year 2 of looking burnt out.
Yeah, but
the last week of the season,
with all the injuries, like, you got to think about all the pressure that's put on each individual guy at different times. Like, more pressure throughout the season. It's tough. I mean, Jeremy Pena has literally laid his body on the line this season. He's done everything he possibly can. And then Jose Altuve on the opposite side of that has just felt lost kind of most of this season.
Yeah.
He's felt like he's finally, like, I still think Altuve can be an effective hitter through his contract. I think he can find it. He's not even that bad this year. But I think mentally, I think he has to come to a place where he mentally accepts his physical decline. And I don't think he's accepted it yet. And I think you can kind of see it in his eyes where he's slowly accepting, like, oh, I can't just go out there and fuck around and hit 300.
Yeah.
I think that's like a mental thing that he's had to accept this year, and I think he can figure it out. I trust that he's able to adapt and grow into his, older age seasons. But just all around, yeah, there's been a lot of burnout. There's been a lot of just like it's tough when you get beat down that much by injuries. It's hard to not just be like, fucking.
No, 1,000%.
And I thought that's what would happen when Jordan went down on Monday. And they didn't. They surprised us. They turned around and swept the Rangers. But I think that might have been a product more of the Rangers being complete ass right now and not the Astros actually being
it's like, and the thing is, they still control their destiny. They go 4-2 there in the playoffs, and we're preparing playoff prep, and we're doing playoff content, and 4-2's not like that's the crazy thing.
4-2 against the Angels and A's should not be.
4-2 should be the standard going into this week with who you're playing. Yes, you have to go out there and you have to play. Like these teams are not going to roll over for you. Do you think these are the World Series for these guys? You You can put the Houston Astros away for the entire league, is what they're saying in that locker room. They are going to be fired up. They're going to be jazzed up to put this team away. This is their World Series. And yet, if you go 4-2, you're in the dance. And I don't think anyone wants to play this team if they're 4-2 or 5-1, and that they've won 10 of their last 15. Like, I'm good. I'm good at being delusional. I'm good at changing a narrative. I'm pretty fucking good at that. So you know what? If you give me a 4-2 and 5-1, I'm gonna come on this show Monday, Wednesday, Friday before the playoffs, and I'm going to say no one's gonna want to play this team because they've won 15 of the last 20, whatever the math is. You know I don't do math, and we can change the narrative. But
according to Rob, they are 10-10 against the Angels and A's so far this year.
It's gross. It's fucking gross. But they have to prove. This team has to prove that they can go 4-2. And I don't know why, after all these years, after all of this, 4-2 just seems like, out of the range of outcomes, 4-2 just seems almost impossible. And that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Because right now when I look at it, honestly, no one's watching. Pull the curtain back. It feels like 3-3. It looks like 3-3. It's walking like 3-3. It's talking like 3-3. So what can you do to just flip one of those games? 4-2. 4-2. If 4-2 doesn't get you in the playoffs, tip your cap. You didn't take care of business in the tiebreakers. You ended up at, 89 wins?
88.
88. Still not good enough.
They have to
But
go
I think
4-2.
I think 4-2 gets you in. 5-1 for sure gets you in. 6-0, you're automatically in. 3-3, you're out. You're going to Cancun.
Fun show today. Honestly, though, I was really dreading doing this show.
It's all
today.
17 minutes. It's crazy how quickly episodes go when
it's awful. Oh yeah, when it's great, it goes so fast. I thought we were halfway through earlier, and it was 20 minutes in. Yeah. We're 4-6 against the A's this year. Yeah. Des has never done this much math in his life. You think 4-2 gets? We think 4-2 gets us in.
4-4. If 4-2 doesn't get you in, that means
the reason why it should get you in math-wise is because all these teams
play each other.
Yeah. So it'd be a weird, wild scenario for the math to line up perfectly where you could go 4-2 and not get in.
I saw Tony was in here. Tony, you probably know is there a way that we can look at range of outcomes like math-wise on record? Also, Kate, thank you for the super chat before I went on my soliloquy. It just feels like if you were doing like that little triangle of math, like the percentage points of getting it, like 4-2 is like the clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because all right, so that's a good comment. For people now jumping in, just another Chi said, we are behind both the Guardians and Red Sox. How is that automatic in? So where the math is on the purpose of the whiteboard that we had earlier when Gabe was zooming in on my face is that Boston ends with Toronto and Detroit. Detroit ends with Cleveland and Boston. Cleveland has Detroit and then Texas. So
here,
obviously someone is going to win those series in whatever way. So if the Astros go 4-2 while teams are dropping or playing each other 2-3 or 1-2 or 2-1 or 3-0 or 0-3, then that's how you get in at 4-2. Now I think for the safest math purposes, we want Detroit just to go 5-0 or 6-0 this week, and then they're hot, and then we're like, oh shit, we got to go up to Detroit and play one of the hottest teams. That is, you're dancing with the devil at that point.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If it's either you want Detroit to really go 6-0 or completely go 1-5 or 0-6, and then you can jump ahead and play that game. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's do a little bit more whiteboard. People want to see it. I'll man.
3-3 since the Galveston. Zoom in so you can see. Gabe, they love your Zoom. Sorry I yelled at you. So Detroit is essentially up 2 games because they're leading the Central by 1 over Cleveland. Boston is 1 clear of you, and they have the tiebreaker. Detroit has the tiebreaker. Cleveland has the tiebreaker. The series versus Detroit and Cleveland, obviously, if Cleveland wins the series, you hope they sweep, so Detroit falls back down to you in the pack, and you sweep, so you're up a clear game. Or you want Detroit to win. If Detroit wins 2 of 3, and you take 2 of 3 from the Sacramento A's, formerly known as Prince, formerly known as Oakland Athletics, then you're up 2 games, essentially 1.5 on Cleveland. So you essentially want to match Detroit on the wins if that happens, or hope Cleveland sweeps. Now Boston plays Toronto. They clinch a spot, but they're still playing for this. They're still playing for the 1 seed. They're still playing for the East. I don't know what the magic number is. So you're kind of catching Boston in a tough, because Toronto's still playing to win. They're not benching guys yet. And then they end with Detroit. And if Detroit sweeps, their magic number would probably be down to 1. So they're still playing for wins. So with all of that, like, math is on your side with the teams all playing each other. Now you just have to win. That's why you if you go 4-2, you're in just because of the math. Tony mentions, I'm not sure if someone has what you mentioned, Fangraphs has the chances to make the playoffs at 65.6%. That's obviously due to the other teams playing each other. Fuck yeah, math. Boston only has to go 3-3 to get in, correct, but they have 6 against Toronto and Detroit. So, and they're scuffling as well. They lost their game yesterday. Was a huge loss in the math purposes. So I just hate that we're sitting here.
Who are we playing if we get to 6 over Cleveland? So if you do get that last wild card spot, you would play the winner of the division with the lowest record,
Which is going to be Detroit.
which is probably going to be Detroit or Cleveland. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the scenario, which basically is the scenario the Tigers were in last year when they played us. We had won the division, we were the 3 seed, but we had the worst division record, or worst record out of division winners. So Tigers got us, and they got essentially not a better scenario for them facing us than facing one of the top wildcard teams. So
Yeah.
it kind of works out where you'd rather have that than be the second wild card and have to face the first wild card, which is, right now the Yankees, who are, I would say, better than the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
Gabe, go to the bottom of the outs. So there's a scenario out there that still exists that you go to New York. If Boston slides out, depending on the week that they play, you go up to New York.
yep.
And then you have Cleveland versus Detroit again, or Detroit versus Cleveland again as the 3-6. And then 4-5 will be Houston, New York, in the Bronx. Best of 3. The Astros control their own destiny in a weird way, even though they don't have the tiebreakers.
Just win.
Just win.
Just win.
So if Detroit goes 2-4, you have to go 5-1, Oscar, because they have the tiebreaker.
Oh, that's kind of the worst case scenario. Like, that's about the only scenario I think where you go 4-2 and miss the playoffs is if Detroit goes 2-4, Cleveland wins their division, but Detroit takes the third.
Detroit takes the third wild card.
Yeah.
And you go forward. Yeah. All right. So I think 5-1. 5-1 gets you in for sure. 5-1 gets you in for sure. I mean, not for sure because nothing's 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Get in, win the wild card, end Seattle season in the DS, win the ALCS, and then win the World Series. Boom, easy.
5-1 does for sure because of the math between Cleveland, Detroit, and Boston.
Yeah, I mean, 5-1
gets you in.
is for sure guaranteed in. 4-2 is like 80% guaranteed in. 3-3, you're out.
It should be embarrassing that we're doing math. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need Cleveland and Boston. I think we need Detroit to sweep. You need Detroit to sweep. You need Scooble tomorrow to sweep. To start
You
the
need
sweep.
Cleveland, who's been the hottest team in baseball outside of the Mariners over the past few weeks, to like just fall apart at the end. They go on this whole streak, and then they fall apart at the end, which would be just Cleveland as hell. So I'm with it. But yeah, that's just a tough thing to go for. I think Cleveland wins that series 2-1, and I'm worried about
Well, if
what Detroit does the
if
next
that
series.
if that happens, if Cleveland wins 2-1, that is the worst possible scenario because they end with Texas,
Yeah.
who's bleeding out.
There's a scenario where they both Detroit and Cleveland go 3-3, and you're sitting at, I don't know what you're sitting at in that scenario. You have to go 5-1. I think at that point. Oh,
Yeah, we're Tiger fans. We're Tiger fans. And even with that, you still got to win. So, like, the Astros got to go 4-2 or 5-1 or 6-0.
yeah. If you lose,
Man, 4-2 was really good in my head. Now it's like,
if you lose the series to the A's, I think you can just count it out. That's tough. What's up, Rudy? The curtain closes, the end of the Astros golden age.
what a chirp.
Would be a
This
good
was
video.
really good, Turtle. Recession indicator. We were making Des do math.
Yeah.
That is the biggest. That is. The Lehman Brothers are getting
We
bailed
used to be
out.
gods. We used to be sitting here already at like 98 wins and just like enjoying our random September weekend. It would be interesting. What were the Astros doing September 2017? You know, how were we living our lives?
I need Scooble to just send a message and lock up his Cy Young tomorrow. I need Jack Flaherty, who's been. I don't even. The Detroit just DFA Charlie Morton. They don't even have like that's their TBA for
Did
the.
they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh my God. 5-1.
Or AJ Hinch fans
5-1.
again, just like old times.
5-1. 5-1. 5-1.
All right,
5-1.
I'm tapped out.
5-1.
I got nothing. I'm ready to just. I'm not. Are you gonna watch the game tonight?
There's no game tonight.
Oh,
dude.
sorry, tomorrow night.
Yeah, dude.
I
I'm
don't
going down with the shit. What are you talking
I
about?
don't know if I'm gonna
You're
watch.
crazy, man. You got dart in your neck. I like you, but you're crazy.
I just don't know if I can. Like, I'm obviously gonna keep up with the game. If I
What?
can.
What?
I watched all 3 of those games this weekend.
Okay, flush it. It's over with. What?
It's like no. Okay. I almost went way dark. No, I'm obviously gonna watch, but not on the big TV. That's for sure. They haven't earned it. They're not playing like they've earned, like they want me to watch.
That's fine. In early September. This is last week. This is last week. I need you to lock in. I need you to lock in. You need to lock it up.
This is what happens when the optimist finally
Yeah.
goes down.
It's tough. Look what you've done, Astro fans. Astro fans. Look what you did, Astros.
Look at that sky, man. It's a beautiful day.
Gabe, you're gonna blind everyone if you go over. Don't do that.
Don't you don't look. We can look at this guy. It's a beautiful day.
Oh man. Look, at this point, it is. Hey, women and children get to the lifeboats. It is that. Like I can say that. I think we can all comfortably say that.
All right, I'll play the violin with
But
you.
I'll play some tunes. I'm gonna play some
You got
tunes on
me.
the deck.
You got me. I'll play
Hey, the water's cold regardless, Bubba.
right.
If you get in now or you get in 6 days, the water's still cold. You still have an iceberg.
It was a pleasure playing with you, gentlemen. Let's do it.
Everyone to the exit rows, politely. We have time on our side. Politely get into the lifeboats.
If you're in line, stay in
If
line.
you're in line, stay in line. We're gonna play some tunes. It's okay. The water's just a little cold.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We'll lose some of you, but Gabe,
Okay.
show us that sky. I don't think you have to change. You have to change a lot of settings.
I wouldn't do it.
Try and show them the sky. Fuck it. What are we gonna lose? Just hold your eye. Color. Watch your eyes.
You're gonna blind everyone watching.
This is why it should auto ISO.
There's the sky. There's the iceberg.
You can't see it.
There's the iceberg. All right. You have to go 1-0. By the time this next episode airs on Wednesday at noon, you have to go 1-0. We have to sit here sitting. I don't know who's pitching after Hobby. I don't know who's pitching Wednesday night, but we have to go 1-0, and we have to sit here at this table saying, "All right, one down.
If we lose,
One down.
Wednesday might be worse than this.
One down." You went 1-0. Oh man. Okay. We're fine.
All right,
We're good.
gentlemen, it has been hard as shit playing.
This episode is brought to you by Big City Wings. Houston's been joined. Paul's been joined. 14 locations. The newest one in Tuckerton in Cypress. If it's not the Astros, it's college football. If it's not college football, it's the NFL. If it's not the NFL, it is the NBA. If it's not the NBA, it's Dynamo and Dash. Head over to Big City Wings.
It's a movie night. We'll plan one.
But get your wings. And if you zing, we zang, zing, zang, get yours at Total Wine, HEB, Specs. If it's not the margarita mix, the michelada mix, or the pre-canned, ready-to-go drinks. That is today's episode. Thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, there's a ton of y'all. Thank you. And we will see you Wednesday. Just one. See, that's a good zoom, Gabe. That was a good one. That was really good. All right.
See ya.
Peace. Love you guys.